Hello and welcome to Cookin' Cheap. You know, normally we end every show at this table, but today we're starting at this table, and it's a new start for us, and not necessarily an easy one. As most of you probably know, my old friend and cooking partner of 19 years on this show, Laban Johnson, is no longer with us. Hopefully he's getting ready for a big heavenly cooking show somewhere. But you know, his spirit is with us as we try to regroup and start anew. Never an easy task. But it is made a bit easier today as I introduced a new co-host and fellow cook, my friend Doug Patterson, an old friend of both Laban and Larry. Doug, welcome. Or should I say welcome back?
Thank you.
Because you've actually been on, you've been a long-time fan of the show, and you've actually been on the show several times through the years.
I have the record, I think.
The record? Is it a long play?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you something. Was it one of those big hole records or one of those Never mind.
Of people of our age.
Tell us a little bit about that. You were on the show.
I was on the show several times. I think 3. I think I do have the record of 3 times.
It just seemed like more than that.
To you, I'm sure it did. I mean, just 5 minutes was the greatest of plenty. But anyway, I was here the night that you had the Oral Roberts baked potato.
Oh, yes, that was the baked potato that
healed itself.
Yeah, it was, you know, we cut it open and put, I think, bacon or something.
Chicken
in
livers.
it. So it was chicken livers, that's it. And then you had to put it back in foil and bake it. And I took it out about 20 minutes later, and it had completely healed itself. And there was no sign. I think they switched potatoes on me.
I do, too.
To this day, I think the staff switched potatoes on me. So anyway, that was a funny show.
That what got me started. And then the next time I came in, I sort of sat between you and Laban.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to show a picture of that.
Oh, really?
Although that is rare footage,
I know.
indeed.
I know.
Because that was a fundraiser, not a regular show.
And so I never said a word.
We didn't actually have it on tape, and now we can't
unusual for me.
We can't prove whether you said anything or not. You also were with Laban Johnson
I was.
In show business.
Laban was one of my dearest friends in the whole world, and we met 22 years ago on the stage of Mill Mountain Theater, and people used to, you know, I told you, they confused us.
Yeah.
They thought that we were the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought along a picture today, ladies and germs. I don't know if you can see this, but here's Laban and I in our first show together. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. Oops, sorry. There we go. Oh, there's Laban. Look at that outfit, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And moi.
You know, he actually wore that on the street several times.
Well, I know, and it's so humiliating when he does that. But I had to bring this picture because this will kill you folks. Are you ready?
Oh, my heaven.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Laban Johnson. This was the beginning of
the Cook Sisters.
At a much younger age, you know, when they were on the farm.
But thank heavens, you know, sister gave up that pipe early on. Anyway.
She's a mess.
Oh, me. So anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We're going to give it a try and see if we can muddle our way through this one.
I know. Bear with us, folks.
I do, by the way, want to thank you. See these lovely, gorgeous flowers over there. Isn't that beautiful? It says to Larry Bly and Doug Patterson and the Cookin' Cheap staff.
Oh, cool.
And it is best wishes, break an egg, Laban's cousins.
Oh, how
sweet people. They're absolutely, they have been so wonderful through all of this. So anyway, that's a nice little tribute to everybody involved in the show, and Laban Johnson too. What do you say we go over here and see what we can get into?
I'm game if you are.
I'll try not to fall or anything, because there are a lot of wires around here, and I know it's pretty treacherous first time out.
We just don't know who's who around
Well, we
here.
don't know what we're going to do until the witch comes in, so if I could have Witchy Woman... Witchy woman is due in. No! She was sort of tangled up in the rafters there for a couple of minutes.
Oh, smartly done.
That was a close one. Dear Larry and that other one. Well, yeah, you know, the viewers. My honey, Sweet Cakes McGee, really lives up to her name. She just loves cakes. And I plumb run out of recipes for them. Could y'all do some new recipes, especially goofy ones that don't make very much sense? A fan from Hoe Cake, Indiana. So anyway, well, as a matter of fact, I think we can do that. I'm going to do, I've already forgotten mine, called cockeyed cake.
Well, that's a great beginning, ladies and gentlemen. And here's another little thing for you.
It's pretty dumb. What?
I'm doing, are you ready? Low-cal, low-fat, pineapple upside-down cake. What's the point, ladies and gentlemen?
What is left when you get finished with that?
I mean, really. And believe me, when you see this mess,
Oh, and the very lovely and semi-voluptuous Doris will be
I love
here.
Doris.
And
Doris.
she will be doing a 5-flavor cake.
Yum.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
let's hope she found all 5 of them sometimes.
I think she's probably the only one who has a decent
She was up to
cake
3
here.
flavors the last time. All three. But anyway, you want to start?
Isn't that? Oh, I would. First thing you do, ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
the old spray. In a little 8x8 pan. I'm such a weenie, I bought the no stick and stick. No
Well,
stick.
you're afraid something's going to stick to that, I guess.
I am. You don't have any idea. Then you have to
Always
make
at your surface.
You have to make your ding. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. First thing you do is you throw in a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Always good. Ooh,
Looked like it's set up a little bit.
isn't that lovely?
Now, you see, the first thing you got to know, Doug, is stop moving stuff around.
I'm so sorry.
Just leave it where it is. They'd get the shots if you just leave it alone.
I'm nervous. Give me a break. Then you put in, why, we'll never know, 2 tablespoons,
Well,
tablespoons
what is it?
of this light corn syrup.
Is it light, really?
It's really light.
What is the difference calorically between light syrup and regular syrup?
Do you see an MD after my name? I don't
I'm
think
just
so.
asking. I mean,
Jeez, what a crab. It's working my nerves, ladies and gentlemen. I've been here 5 minutes.
Something here. You know,
Okay, I
Mr.
just-
Johnson used to teach me stuff all the time, but this...
I was going to squeeze a real lemon, you know that? I
Oh.
was, but hell.
Squeeze this. Okay.
And a tablespoon. Oh, good heavens, this stuff comes out like crazy.
Ham-fisted with the old recipe ingredients
Some
there.
real lemon. Now, you mix all this mess together.
Well, not with the...
Oh, come on.
With the-
Doris is here. She
not
can get me
with- That's a
more.
measuring spoon. We actually do have stuff here.
That's too
That's a
big.
oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Maybe a teaspoon would do.
And you mix it,
Doris,
and
could
you're
you
going
get
to put
this man
this-
a teaspoon?
Shut up, I'm on. You
I
put
could-
this at the... Would you like to say something?
I could tell this is not going to be an easy run.
He's working my nerves. This thing takes forever to make, and you put this at the bottom of this little panaruski here. And it is like sticky, sticky, sticky. Okay, I'm bored now. Would you like to go ahead?
Well, thanks a lot.
Sure.
I was hoping to get back on before the end of the season. Well, cockeyed cake, I got to tell you, Doug, you know what this cake reminds me of? You know those cards they used to have, I think they were Liechtenstein cards that used to be out where there was a woman on the front cover,
Is that
and she was holding her like this.
Oh, I know what you're
And then
talking
she
about.
opened it up and she says, I forgot to have a baby. Well, this cake is sort of like that. It's sort of like this woman started making this cake, and suddenly, in the middle of it, she
It's an
decides,
earthquake.
I forgot to buy some bowls. Because you have to make this cake actually in the device that you bake it in. So
Get
I'm
out.
going to do... Now, what I don't understand, maybe you can explain this to me, is what keeps this cake from sticking after you've diddled it all around in there? Do you have any idea?
Well, I can only say the grace of God goes with you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing you did. I'm going to hit it with the old Pam. And,
Okay, I need to say something. Can I say
Oh,
something?
go right on
Thank
ahead.
you.
Just jump right in there.
Take your little pan, take it to the oven, put it in here, 3 minutes. Someone tell me when 3 minutes is up. I haven't a clue.
I was trying to stay out of your shot. Okay, so here's what we
That
do.
lady is going to write in. I just
The
licked my
first
fingers.
thing, keep those fingers out of your mouth. First thing you got to do is 1.5 cups of flour, and it doesn't say what kind of flour. I am not using self-rising, but you know what? I didn't use self-rising at home, and it worked okay.
You know, they don't tell you what kind
They
of flour
don't
you use.
always tell you much of anything, Doug. That's the first
Well.
thing you have to know about this show. You just kind of
Great.
guess your way through it. 1.5 cups, and I'm going to mix this over in a separate bowl. Oh, I thought I had weevils there for a minute. Thank heavens, it was just a flea. Okay, put that in there. And what you do is you pre-mix all of your dry ingredients, which starts out to be 1.5 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa.
Of who?
I don't think coca looks like it.
Imogene?
I remember her. She was a
Yes.
good woman. Imogene Coe. You know, she's still around, isn't
I
she?
know.
1, 2,
Sad as we're old enough to remember.
3. Well, that is true. And then a half teaspoon of salt also goes in here. Half teaspoon of salt. We'll guess. Okay. We'll just guess what a half teaspoon looks like. There we go. And did I put the sugar in yet? Oh, a cup of sugar. I got to put that in. Now, one of the things you will learn about this show, Doug.
Yep.
Doug, pay
Yep,
attention.
I'm sorry.
Doug
I'm on a roll
actually
here.
was starting for his car. He was halfway out to his car. Is that if you ever forget anything, we have the lovely Doris standing by to scream things at you. A cup of sugar. Now, what you do at this point, and then I'll come back to you and let you finish up or go home or whatever you want to. Now, just mix these ingredients up. I've got a little whisk here, and I'm going to mix them up thoroughly. And then the next thing you do, this is sort of the funny part, Doug.
Okay.
Is you put it in.
I'm glad something's funny.
You put it in the pan that you're going to bake it in. I sort of sound a little like Catherine Hepburn in the Loons there.
Oh,
okay. So anyway.
Can I do my Betty Davis later?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Anything you want to. Now, you see this? Now, you know what you do now?
What?
Poke 3 holes. Now, make 3 holes in flour mixture. Hole number 1.
Smartly done.
Hole number 2.
Fabulous.
Hole number 3. And
You
into
are
that,
so
we're
good.
going to put the secret ingredients momentarily.
Really?
Back to Doug.
I am so deeply moved. In a large bowl, what you want to do is you want to put in 1 cup of flour, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, and now I have to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
A quarter of a cup of cornstarch.
Quarter of a cup.
Is that like the most bizarre thing you've ever heard in your life? But
You know, I have never
there
heard
it
of
is.
any recipe called for a
with
quarter of a cup.
I'll get it.
Oh, there's your 3 minutes.
Oh, now I know why Doris gave me this thing.
Well,
I'll go in the bag. Never mind.
is there any end to this?
Oh, I'll take one of these.
Well,
Thank you, Doris. Hi, Larry. How are you? Nice to see you.
I don't have a clue how I got into this mess, but I didn't ask.
Now there it is. Isn't it
are you
lovely? That's the beginning of the topping.
That's
now,
great.
when you bring this out, and here's another little stupid thing they said to do.
Sounds
I'm
excessive.
sorry, whoever sent in this recipe. I am really, really, really sorry.
Sounds
They say to
excessive.
cut the pineapple in half.
Yeah.
Pourquoi?
Well,
Because
just use rings.
don't you think they look lovely?
It has a nice ring to it. 3
He
tablespoons
is
of oil.
so lame.
Oil.
Oops, I have a broken one here. That's okay. It's small.
May the circle be unbroken.
Be with you.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Now, I just would remind you, Mr. Patterson,
Yeah.
we are halfway through the show.
Oh my golly.
I didn't want to get you upset.
Now they
Of
say
course, that doesn't bother me in the slightest, but
optionally they tell you to put in. You can put in maraschino cherries.
yeah.
I say, yo, go for it.
I have a
kids.
friend, Rob, who tells me that the red dye number 2 stays in your system for like 20 years.
Oh, and who
And
cares?
who needs to know that?
Really? Jeez, how
Who's going
lame.
to look inside you anyway?
This is also optional, ladies and germs, because I happen to like pecans. How
Oh,
about you?
I do too, yes.
So I'm sticking some of those little babies right in
right
there.
down in there. Oh, and
Because-
so delicately done,
Thank
too.
you, don't you think?
You actually look like you know what you're doing.
I haven't a clue.
Well, I figured we'd figure that out sooner or later.
But isn't that the greatest of loveliness right
beautiful.
there? Isn't
That's
that lovely?
gorgeous. I've never seen one made quite like this.
Wait till you taste it. then talk to me. In another bowl, I tell you people, this thing has more steps than the Washington Monument. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. You're so short behind that camera.
Could you
I can't see.
hustle it up?
I am.
Stuff
Jeez.
I need to do, and I got to get Doris on here. Oh, my heavens.
In another bowl, you put
And
a-
he was afraid he wasn't going to be comfortable
a
in
cup
front of
of
the
sugar.
camera. He's hogging the whole show.
and rightly so, I might add. You take, yes, low-fat milk. See, I told you this thing was
Maybe the first
low
show we
fat.
haven't gotten finished with in
Oh, my.
at least 2 weeks.
2/3 of a cup of liquid non-fat milk.
Now, I have never heard tell of this stuff. Where'd you find this stuff?
You gave this to me.
Oh, as a Christmas gift, I'll never forget.
And you
Okay,
mix
go
this
ahead.
thing and mix it thoroughly until the sugar does dissolve in this low-fat milk. Yeah.
Move.
Go, Lair.
Is that it?
No, keep going. I got stuff to do.
Oh. Well, now you come to me. I can't get the thing open. Okay, this is the funny part of this. This won't take very long, folks. Thank heavens for that. A tablespoon of vinegar goes in hole number 1.
Oh,
this
for
is
God's
the silliest thing. And then the 3 tablespoons of oil goes in hole number 2. 1, 2, and 3. Give or take a few gallons. And a teaspoon of vanilla in a cup of water goes in this one. And a cup of, oh boy. I put my cup away. Cover for me, Doug.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, geez. Just when I thought this whole thing was going to turn over to me.
Okay, here we go. So that goes in there. And then you know what you do?
What?
And I don't know why. And
What?
then you mix
There?
it in here.
Where? In the bowl?
In the thing.
Well, get out of town.
Did I put the vanilla in? Yeah, I did. Okay. And you mix it in there, and then you bake it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes.
Yeah, big deal.
Can you believe that? And
Yep.
what's going to keep this from sticking in here? I know. You know what I've decided?
What?
We just leave it in the pan as a sheet cake and put icing over top of it, and it won't matter.
Well, Trick.
Doug's ready to finish up right now.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be doing this until next week.
I got news for you. You're going to be doing it for less than 7 more minutes.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Another bowl. Put 2 egg whites. Egg whites. How this thing... And I had to actually call... I'm so humiliated to tell you, ladies and germs. I had to call somebody. I called my friend Chef Michelle to find out what the heck is a lightly beaten egg white. I didn't know.
That's it right there. Throw it in.
Okay.
It's making me nervous now. We're liable to have to butt 2 shows together to get these recipes
Oh,
done.
I screwed up already.
Oh, no. What have you left out?
I left out another third of a cup of more of this light syrup, Larry.
I'm going to tell people what I got in my recipe while you're pouring that in there.
Okay, whatever.
1½ cups of flour for the cockeyed cake, 3 tablespoons cocoa, a ½ teaspoon of salt, cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of oil, 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Have you ever in a cake? Please, a teaspoon of vanilla and a cup of cold water. And when you mix it all up in the pan, there it is, 350 degrees for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Look at that. That's pretty. Go ahead. Looks like mud.
Yeah. I added a teaspoon of vanilla to this mess with a third of a cup of, and you throw that in the egg whites. Oh,
Yeah.
God, or the sugar mixture.
We'll be hoping you throw it all together real soon here.
And pretty much this is it. You're going to add it to the flour, stir it, throw it on here, throw it in the oven, 350. Are you happy now?
Thank you very much. You want to go through your recipe, by the way, Mr.
Oh,
Douglas,
sure.
while you're at
For
it?
the topping, 1/4 cup packed brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, a can, 15-ounce pineapple rings, 9 maraschino cherries are optional. Now for the cake, 1 cup flour, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1½ teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup sugar, 2/3 cup liquid non-fat, 2 egg whites lightly beaten, 1/3 cup light corn syrup, and a teaspoon of vanilla extractola.
We're going to let you put that in there and mix it up on camera.
Well, I don't want to. You've hurt my feelings now. Okay, I'll do it. Isn't this the biggest, ugliest thing you've ever seen in your
Big,
entire life?
ugly,
Okay,
ugly,
whatever.
big. Thank you, Doug.
Okay, go ahead.
You go ahead, and we'll watch you after a while. After you've mixed it thoroughly, we'll watch you pour it into the pan so you won't feel cheated.
Mm-hmm.
The very lovely Doris, would you just take the spoon and just put my eyes out? No, I'm just joking. I think I'm going to make it. Doris is with us. How you doing?
I'm doing
You
just
certainly are
fine.
chirpy and giggly.
I had to.
You remember them old comedy team, chirpy and giggly.
Really, well, that's,
What do you
it's been
got?
funny today.
What
Well,
did you
I
make?
had to do a cake that a 10-year-old sent in.
Well, let's not act too insulted by it.
Her name is Shenanny. I think it's Shenanny Hamlet
Shenanny?
from Brookneal, Virginia.
Nobody's
And it-
named Shenanny.
Well, how do you say that? Isn't it Shenanny?
Shanae, not
Okay.
Shenanny.
Well, what the heck?
Okay, it's pretty.
Well,
Look at it.
it's called the five flavor cake, and it takes 2 sticks of butter or margarine.
How many flavors does it have? Evan?
5.
Oh, okay.
A 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 6 eggs beaten, 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon coconut extract, 1 teaspoon butter extract, 1 teaspoon lemon extract, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and 1 teaspoon
Vanilla.
rum flavoring.
All right.
And then you have to put a glaze on it, and you combine it.
Does this have a glaze on it?
Yeah, and you take 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of water, and then 1 tablespoon each one of the flavoring, and pour it over it. But the first time I did it, I just did it like they said, put it in a pan and pour it, and the whole top just got soggy. This time I tried painting it on so it would be all over the cake. So I don't know quite how it's going to be this time. But the last one tasted pretty good.
Well, it looks real
so I hope
pretty.
this one will too.
And we thank you very
You're
much
welcome.
for dropping in there. It's a lovely Doris. Douglas, I think you're going to go ahead and...
I'm pouring.
Here you go. How does this work?
This I can do. This part of it is simply. And you just pour that baby right on top. How come it's working a whole lot better than I did it when I was at home?
It's television. Things really work good in TV.
And you now, I'll tell you, when we get to the table, I will tell you a funny story.
All right. And how long do you bake it?
You bake this for 40 minutes or until the toothpick comes out clean.
Oh, I want you to see mine. Mine's coming out of the oven right now.
It is?
350 degrees for 30 minutes. Ooh, oh, that hurts. This is what it looks like. Well, it kind of looked like, pretty much like the other one, doesn't it? Except it's baked. Wonder if it'll come out. Let's try it.
Oh, it's lovely.
How about that?
Lovely.
Thank you. You want to go over and give
like
it the
to
old
tell you-
college try? Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
did someone sit on it on the way over here?
no, it's a pineapple upside down pita. I'm excited.
Disgusting.
It's horrible.
You know, it reminds me of a cake that Laban baked on the air one time. It didn't have any ingredients, liquid other than oil, and it looked like a gigantic cow pie.
Well, that's what,
Let's go over to the table.
you don't even want to. Oh, okay, whatever.
Well, hey,
Go.
I think I can go home and sleep again. Let me give you.
Excuse me.
She used herself. Here's Miss Doris's.
Yum.
And boy, yours is so pretty. That's a looker.
Here, I'll help.
Perhaps a buzzsaw would be.
Here, let
It's
me.
just, no one is ever going to accuse this of being light and fluffy.
Well, I'm telling you this.
But I'm telling you this, now I should have made an icing, and I thought we were going to have plenty of time today that I could play around and make an icing, but Goof is here. My old friend Douglas.
The late great.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't get some of Miss Doris's. This is a pretty cake, Doris. This is very lovely.
Ooh,
and may well be the best cake of them all. You going to try mine?
I am. Here we go.
Now, you can be perfectly honest on this show.
I can?
Doug. Oh, of course. Honesty is a big deal with us. Do you like it?
You know that old commercial, Got Milk?
Well, I mean, if it had icing on it, enough already. If it had icing on it, I don't know how this is going to go. I'll just be honest with you. Let me try this.
No, you try that,
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. He's so funny. We're going to be having tryouts here. I got to tell you, Doris, that is wonderful. What's it called? The 5-flavor cake. But I'm only tasting like 2.5 flavors. There's something wrong with my taste buds.
That is delicious.
Oh, let me try Mr. Doug's.
If you eat the crust, it's like eating caramels.
Doug, this stuff is, thank you. This stuff, I want you to get a close-up of this. This is like the mushiest, messy. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
I'm so sorry, whoever sent this recipe in. Isn't that awful?
It has the potential of being very good if one just knew what one was doing. Now, I want to ask you something. How could you put that much, what was the stuff, a half a cup of what?
Quarter cup of cornstarch.
Well, how did you put that much in and have it go flat? What's that all about?
I don't know. Did I
Oh, it's a
write this
thickener.
recipe?
Oh, she's got the answer.
Oh, what
It's
is
a
it?
thickener, so therefore it sounds like maybe,
Well,
we
thickened
put-
right into a brick.
but it does have a good flavor though. I mean, it does.
I mean, considering it's low fat.
Well, it's all sugar. Oh, well, yeah, it's low fat, and that's
Yeah.
not too bad, but
But your cholesterol skyrockets.
seems like you could have gotten a low-fat pineapple somewhere.
Well, I thought it said light syrup.
Well, there you go. And I don't know what. But thanks for coming by. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Thank you.
more about Cookin' Cheap by visiting our website at cookincheap.com.
Cookin' Cheap is brought to you by
television. You can
Belly Kiss Angel.